Hi everybody, I'd like to demonstrate a couple of mistakes that are commonly made when displaying elevation data with hillshades. So what I have here is half-meter LiDAR data displayed over its corresponding hillshade. Right now I've got the elevation data displayed at around 50% transparency, and I'm using a blend mode. If I take away the blend mode, this is what we are used to seeing, is just kind of a semi-transparent layer over the hillshade. But these new blend modes really allow us to get, I think, much more crisp demonstrations. But one of the first things that I notice people doing sometimes is displaying their hillshade color ramp upside down. So hopefully you can see here that we've got a kind of a triangular ridge line, kind of an east-west running ridge line, and then another one that's running to the south here, and then some nice ravines and erosional features going down to the west. If I reverse this color ramp and display the high values with a dark color, hopefully you can see that this inverted the image, and now the ridge line looks a little bit more like a depression, and our ridges look like the ravine bottoms. Our eyes are just used to seeing these landscapes lit from a certain direction, and so when you mess around with this organization with high values being displayed with light colors on your hillshade only, this isn't the elevation data, make sure you keep that reversed. I think I can Control Z to reverse it. Okay, so now we've put our hillshade back. Another mistake that I see people making is applying the same color ramp to their elevation data to the hillshade. Hillshades need to be displayed with a very simple light to dark color ramp. And if you're going to combine it with elevation data, I would say leave it black to white. This is the way it presents the most cleanly. That isn't to say that you can't put a different color in here, and I'll demonstrate that really quick. So for example, here's a white to dark blue, a hillshade presentation. It's not what we are used to seeing, but because we're still just going white to dark, it maintains the look of the topography. Here's a really light yellow to kind of a burnt orange, which looks okay by itself. I think it gets a little distracting, but when you put elevation color on top of it, it just starts, I think, falling apart. But what's even worse is if you were to put a multi-part color ramp on your hillshade. So here I have the hillshade displayed with the same color ramp that I've used for the elevation. The elevations by themselves make sense. We just don't typically show elevation data alone because it's so flat. We don't pick up the topography, but we do, of course, get a sense of the really high values and the really low values on the DEM because of our range of values in the color ramp. But if we apply a complicated multi-part color scheme to the hillshade, we really lose control of what's going on. We are meant to see the shadows in dark colors and the kind of lit up surfaces with white colors, and this color ramp is all over the place. We've got luminosity issues with darks appearing in multiple places along the color scheme. So this does not work for hillshade. My recommendation is to keep it very simple, white to black, white for the high values for hillshade, and then leave the color just for the elevation. All right, that's it.